Hello, sister friends and brother friends. We are doing the finale episode review here today. Let's talk about it. Well, surprisingly, I really enjoyed it. It felt like the whole episode, not the whole episode, it felt like a significant portion of the episode was a palate cleanser.
I couldn't resist.
And I like that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting old, and in my old age, I'm getting frustrated with all the drama. Maybe it's just 15 years of watching the show. Maybe it's after, I don't know how many years it's been, 2+ years of doing the channel and reviewing all this stuff. But I just enjoyed a nice, sweet relationship with Ron and Meri, or friendship, or situationship, or whatever it is. I don't know why. I don't know why watching Christine and David is annoying to me, but watching Meri with Ron was enjoyable. I can't put my finger on it. I really can't. If you feel the same way, write down below why you feel that way. Or if you feel different, let me know that too. I found it enjoyable.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Sorry.
The deodorant. The deodorant. I'm very good at that. I'm like really good at that.
I know, me too.
I hate that too.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Ron is calm. Ron is easygoing. Ron is normal. It's just nice. It's so nice. And Meri's laughing. She's enjoying herself. He's laughing a lot. He enjoys her.
So happy right now, Ron.
I love that.
Yeah.
I'm happy too. This is a good place to be.
And quite frankly, we know now from the end of this episode, looking at the preview for the one-on-ones, that she's still together with him, whatever that looks like, as of October of this year, because I believe it was October when they recorded the tell-alls. So 2 months after that, are they still together? I don't know. But I haven't heard that they've broken up, and I feel like that would have kind of leaked out. That makes me happy. That means they've been together in some sort of friendshipy relationship for a good year. Now, I said this in the live stream. Initially, my desire to have Ron and Meri work out so much was pure spite. I just wanted to stick it to Kody.
I'm with you.
I'm a work in progress, people. And I have to admit, there is part of me that definitely still feels that way. But this was the first episode where I just genuinely was happy for both of them. It sort of seemed like they both had rough lives and a lot of demands on them, and they both sort of feel lighter and free. And then they found each other, and yeah, birds are chirping and there's rainbows in the background.
I think you got a little bit more because mine's already gone.
I'm sure that's exactly what it was.
I think the guy liked you and he gave you a bunch of extra because mine's gone. It's weird.
But it didn't feel overly forced, like let me suck your face off kind of situation. Maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's because Christine and David so quickly got into a physical relationship that it felt like very, very forced. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that they are dating or they are still friends? If they're still friends after a good year of being together as friends, and he's friend zoned her this long, he's not into her. And it's not going to become any more than that, which is okay. But I hope that he remains in her life as a good friend. I'd rather it be a relationship, though. And that's largely because that would bother Kody.
Yeah, I think we all feel the same way.
Is Meri ready to get into a relationship with somebody? Has she done enough self-reflection and deep dive? I don't know. But she does seem to be the only one that's in therapy.
Yeah, sad but true.
So at least she has assistants to guide her along the way. Based on her reactions to trusting Kody and not Janelle on the whole sell it out from under them storyline that's coming back up in the tell-alls, it appears she has more work to do. Because who would trust Kody over Janelle? I mean, you have to be blind, deaf, or both.
She made a bad choice, didn't she?
But there's not much else to say about that storyline. Not that I can remember anyway. If I think of something, I'll bring it up. But I'm going to do these in chunks this time. Let's talk about Janelle. Now, we had Meri and Janelle get together and have lunch together.
I love that idea.
Hi, how are you? Good, doing great. Wow.
Some good parts about this, some frustrating parts. One good part, I like the fact that they're just getting together and having lunch. Again, it's going to bother Kody. Kind of like the stick it to Kody part.
Hey, look at that. Best place to be divorced. They have an award.
That's funny. And on that note,
2, they both seemed happy in getting together. It didn't feel that forced. Janelle seemed like she was on cloud 9. That was all good. The downside was Janelle not sharing that much, or Puddle Monkey not sharing much with us. I don't know which one it is, but I'm starting to hate monkeys again because I think it might be partly Puddle Monkey. Could be Janelle too. So the jury's out. But they said on the screen, 2 hours later, and Janelle comes out of the church. 2 hours later. Her explanation to Meri of how it went was, oh, it was just it. Yeah, it was great. It was fine. It happened so fast. I got there. They had the paperwork all prepared. It was all ready to go. I just needed to sign and on my way.
For 2 hours.
I seem to recall, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that with Meri's time, either she said it or it came up somehow that she was there for about an hour and a half meeting with them. Now, we know during that time they tried to reach Kody and that wasn't happening, and she was explaining things, and they ended up just giving her the release at the end. So there may have been some of that back and forth, but hour and a half. So I'm sure Meri's listening to Janelle here and thinking, well, dang, how'd you just walk in, sign paperwork, and get out? I did all the groundwork for you because I was there for an hour and a half. And I have way more grounds for the release than you do, Janelle. Not that Janelle doesn't have grounds for it, but I'm just saying Meri really has grounds for it. So I didn't like how that was misleading, basically lying to us, right to our face, because they wrote right on the screen. They didn't have to write on the screen 2 hours later. They did. They chose to write that. And then Janelle's like, yeah, I just walked in and signed papers and walked out. Yeah, it was easy.
are you?
Yes, they did it. It was very simple. I just went in and he'd already prepared the paperwork and signed it, and I was done.
Wow.
So I signed it, he signed it, and yeah.
No big deal. I don't know what I was worried about. Ugh, so disingenuous, I tell you. The show is full of lies. We'll get to that.
In the meantime,
this is the first time that there's more than just a half a sentence addressing the situation that Janelle was once married to Meri's brother. Now we know this, it's public record. We have photos of it. But it was never addressed on the show because they do a very poor job of really sharing anything interesting on the show. Thank God for Kody being a hot mess, or we'd have nothing to talk about. Now, I feel like they're laying the groundwork because in the tell-alls, they're going to be talking about it again. They didn't say that much about it. It was just sort of a fact. Janelle's dismissed it, really. Oh, yeah, I met him in high school, and then we got married, but we were married for less than a year and a half, and it really was nothing.
I met Meri's brother when I was a senior in high school, and we got married about a year and a half or so after I graduated. It was very short. We were married for less than a year. For me, it wasn't really a thing. It was such a small period of time, like it just almost was like, didn't really matter.
Ouch.
Whereas Meri said, Janelle coming into the family was really kind of odd and awkward because she was married to my brother. And that led to some contentious energy.
It was really hard for me. It was a tough thing to wrap my head around on multiple levels, just because she had been married to my brother. And so it was definitely a thing for me, for sure.
Why is this the first time I'm hearing about this?
Which explains a lot, right? The two of them really fought a lot at the beginning. Meri was probably holding grudges. Why she didn't get a say as to whether Janelle could come into the family or not, I don't know, because they claim that's how it is. You'd think that you would be able to have a vote and say, Kody, I know you want to have another wife, but I don't think my brother's ex-wife is the one that's for us. If you want us to be a harmonious, cohesive family, let's find somebody that neither one of us knows right now. Meri seems to have no problem just speaking up, so I don't know why she didn't say that. And then also, I don't know why Kody didn't figure that out. Well, this might cause a problem. I don't know. It seems like there's a plethora of women to choose from. So I don't understand why Kody coming in had such a difficult time. I guess next week we'll get into that story a little bit more. Meri and Janelle are now talking about the fact that Kody came to do his non-apology tour with both of them. They're chit-chatting about it, and Meri shares that she thinks it was really just something he needed to do for him, so it's fine. Janelle shares that he kept telling her, according to her, that he was surprised that she wasn't more hard about it or more angry or something along that line. Meri's like, oh, that's interesting. Well,
I'm like, whatever. Because he kept saying, I thought you'd be more mad. I'm like, I'm sort of,
Really?
like, I thought you'd be harder or something. And I'm like, why? I just don't care.
and then Janelle goes to explain it. Yeah, the whole thing was no big deal. I'm like, why would I be hard? I don't care. I don't care about you. I don't care about this.
That's not true.
Well, it sure didn't read that way. We saw her swooning, giggling like a little schoolgirl. I don't know. I'm just going to say, in hindsight, I think she went back, looked it over, may have even gotten embarrassed by the way she behaved, and is now talking about what she really thought, which is something that she now thinks. And that is, this is not necessary. I'm over you. I really like the one line there, though, that Meri said in response to Janelle saying, he was surprised I wasn't more upset with that. Meri says this.
I think he doesn't know who we are.
I think that's so true. I think he was married to these women for 30 years and he doesn't know who they are. He doesn't care to. Not unless it relates to Kody, because Kody's all about Kody. He didn't care about those OG3 wives. They were a means to an end, a way to have his kingdom that was supposed to stay and rule and live nearby in little peon houses nearby his castle and continue to worship him the rest of his life, and then have offspring so his kingdom would grow. Yeah, didn't work out. Moving on.
Wait, hold up.
Next!
So I know I'm getting Turkish coffee. In the very late 80s, I was divorced and I met a Turkish man who went to the University of Utah.
You can tell.
He was quite a bit older than I was. Not quite, like maybe 10 years.
Get it, girl.
Maybe 10 years. We had gone to some sort of an event and they had Turkish coffee and he's like, oh my gosh, you got to try this. But I remember it being very sweet and very thick. So I liked it.
Don't leave me hanging!
I hate monkeys.
We have a Janelle scene now with Christine. This was fine. It was kind of generic. Christine had to throw a divorce party for Janelle. I don't know why. Maybe it's just me, but I don't like it when people celebrate divorce. Like, even if you're in a bad situation, it's like the celebration of something that is a negative thing just doesn't seem right to me. It's not that they shouldn't celebrate at all. Like, she could have still had a party in there, but it should be like a celebration of the beginning of your new life or celebration of freedom. Can we go with the celebration of a positive thing rather than a celebration of a negative thing? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. All right. That's neither here nor there. Well, the party was cute and it was all of Janelle's. What I liked is at first I thought, oh, these are going to be Christine's friends because this is in Utah, but it wasn't. It was Janelle's friend Alice, her lifelong friend or friend for 30 years or whatever it was. I don't remember. She's been a friend of hers for a long time. And then it was all family. It was sisters on both sides. So they obviously know each other's families and that too. So it was nice. It was nice. Janelle's sister was there and Christine's two sisters were there, which we haven't met before. We saw the one at one of Christine's parties, one of her bachelorette party or her wedding shower party or her, I don't know. There were like a plethora of parties in that one season. So we met the one sister, but we met the other sister. And so I enjoyed that. I enjoyed getting to know a little bit more about their families. I enjoyed seeing that the one sister is still in polygamy. The other one's not in polygamy. It fills in the story a little bit more that we never got because we never got extended family besides Rebecca, Meri's sister, who I don't think appeared until like a year ago. Nathan's been around, but it was always Nathan as his friend.
Gibson, who's also his brother-in-law.
Puddle monkey. So that part I enjoyed. I enjoy learning more. I feel like I don't learn much. I feel like my brain cells die when I watch the show. So learning a little something is nice. There were really two scenes where Christine and Janelle talked about the release. And the first one was right when Janelle came into the house. She's like, oh, how'd it go? And Janelle's like, it was great. It was wonderful. I feel good. I feel free.
Hello, Carrie. How are you? Hi. You good?
Yeah, really good.
Really?
Yes, really good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All went really smooth. Super easy.
I will say, Christine seems surprised.
Yeah. All went really smooth. Super easy.
There's a little part of me that thinks that Christine didn't want it to mean anything to Janelle because Christine's not doing it. So now 2 of the 3 of them got releases, but Christine still hasn't. And Christine still stands on the mantra, I don't need it, which is fine. I still wish she would get it because it would stick it to Kody. But she claims that she doesn't need it. So she's not going to. Okay. But I think there's part of her, she's the one who's been happily holding Janelle's hand through this entire separation from Kody and telling her what she needed to do and what she needed to say. She was very much enjoyed being the older sister role.
Which is fine.
And now Janelle did something outside of what Christine would do. She's not following Christine's path, and she's finding freedom and joy in that. And so I think Christine was a little put off. I might be wrong. Tell me what you think. So later on in the episode, we have Janelle and Christine out on a balcony, continuing to talk about Kody. Christine wants to know how it went with the release. Janelle says, easy, fine, it was great. Now, Christine's words are, oh, like you're free. And then she stops herself right there. It's like, oh, TLC cameras are here. I gotta backtrack this. And then she says this.
It was easy. It was like, I'm done. It's done. That's how I felt. It's done.
Like free? That's the thing is, I never want to be seen as a Kody's super controlling because he wasn't. I've heard so many stories.
No, he's not super controlling at all. She doesn't understand mind manipulation. No, he didn't force you to wear a prairie dress and put your hair a certain way. But my gosh, until he dismissed you and didn't care about you at all, and then you could do your own thing, he was pretty controlling early on. You just got finished saying how do everything like Meri does it. Wash dishes like her, fold clothes like her, be Meri. Slightly controlling, I would say, but okay, let's rewrite the story. It goes on. Janelle's like, did you meet with Kody? She's like, yeah. Here's how she describes it.
Did he come see you?
It was great.
Wait, what?
It was great. It was wonderful. He's a fantastic guy.
You're telling me you used to love me? I'm like, this is my husband here. This is so weird. Don't say things like that to me. It was great. Kody knew David was coming to this conversation. So I almost feel like he's just brushing David off, like his opinion doesn't matter, his words don't matter, and he doesn't matter. And I'm frustrated by that, definitely. It was great. Yeah, I have just reached my limit. I know Kody says he has more that he wants to say. Maybe we need to have a part 2. I don't know, but I am done today. It was great. Tomorrow we have a really fun day planned. I don't know if it's going to be awkward based on today. It's going to be awkward. It's going to be awkward. It was great. I'm hoping that today's going to be a lot more fun than last night. That was intense. That was intense. It was great. We're going to have a little bit of distance because I just need this to be light. I feel like if he's closer, I don't want to repeat anything that happened last night. It was great.
Okay. Then Christine goes on to say, Kody said to me, I'm sorry that I told you that I didn't love you. I did love you. And I am telling you, I'm going to put the clip in here right now. I think Janelle's face dropped. I think Janelle thought she was the only wife that he said that to. I think she felt special. I know she did in the moment. And I think in that moment, and I don't think she even thought of it beyond that. I think in the moment, she was all caught up in, oh, he loved me once and he still cares about me in some way. And it was special, and blah, 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 blah. And then she hears Christine, the one who he claimed he never loved, who he was repulsed by, who he had conflict with his entire marriage. That Christine is telling Janelle, he told me he did love me and he's sorry that he said that. So Janelle is sitting here and I swear she's thinking in her mind, okay, what he said to me, meaningless. He said the exact same thing to the other ones.
Kody was great. He was like, I'm sorry. He goes, I did love you. And I'm like, afterwards, David's like, so that was weird.
Janelle has nothing to say about it. She's like, as Christine's going on. Christine said she doesn't care what he thinks about her or says about her. She just wants him to have a good relationship with her kids. And Janelle responds with, I thought I'd hear more about the kids. Janelle, did you hear anything about the kids? I mean, because technically that sentence is still true, that you'd want more. More than nothing is still more. But unless Puddle Monkey is a complete idiot, which is possible, I don't think he said anything about the kids. Because why would you edit that out? That's what everybody wants to know about. That is the topic of why we thought he was going on the apology tour. And he actually did just the opposite. Anyone who mentioned the kids, he's like, we're not talking about kids. So
I don't care. I don't care what he says about me as much as I would love to see the relationship with the kids better.
I thought I would hear more about the kids.
Yeah.
I think she's being kind to him by saying, I wish he would have spoken more about the kids. Yeah, don't think so. Didn't happen in my book. Janelle goes on to share that she literally came out and asked Kody, and this wasn't on the show, so it's nice that we get this more information. She asked Kody, are you in a 12-step program? Because it's very unlike Kody Brown to make amends with even one person, nor less go to 3 of them. So she thought he was forced into it. Well, he is. His 12-step program is TLC and Puddle Monkey, who's like, do you want to stay on the show? You're going to have to find ways to interact with the OG3. And that's not going to happen unless you guys get along. So do something about it. And then they say this, and this is where I wanted to vomit. Here you go.
I think he's trying.
Well, it felt sincere when we were there. You know
I
what
think
mean?
it was sincere.
It felt sincere.
Yeah.
I think it was sincere. It felt sincere. Oh, yeah, it was sincere. Kody sincere. Kody sincere? What are these ladies talking about? Oh, not happy with this dishonest conversation here whatsoever. This is halfway through the episode. Thank you so much for watching my video. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to my channel. And if you have the opportunity, watch it on your iPhone and hype it as well. It significantly impacts how many people can see this, which benefits me as a content creator. Based on the way I do my videos, the hourly pay is less than minimum wage with all the editing I do. But every little bit you do to help support the channel benefits me, and I appreciate you. And it's free. Now let's get back to the review. And now Kody and Robyn. My apologies. Kody starts off talking about how he is going to go four-wheeling, their new favorite hobby, at some cinder area. I guess they're cinders because it is dark too. Like, why would you want to? Isn't that be really filthy and dirty? Anyway, he's excited about it because they don't have Coyote Pass anymore, so they need someplace to go. Kody is talking to us with gloves, yellow gloves with black spots on them. Why do I care? Why do I share that? Because one of the sister wives shared with me, he had different gloves later on. He's just sitting here having a conversation and he has the gloves on. I think the gloves are to cover his tiny hands because he's got itty bitty little stubby fingers. So gloves make tiny hands a little bit bigger, extra material. Sort of like the short guys who have the pompadour to make them taller. Or maybe lifts in their shoes to make them taller. Oh, sneak peek. That's a video that's coming out soon, whenever I have time. I found 3 videos that I made in the past, I don't know, month or 2 months. I was deleting things off of my computer because it was taking up way too much memory. And then I came across these videos and I'm like, oh, did I do those? I'm like, oh my gosh, I never edited them. I'm glad I didn't delete them. At some point that'll come out. At worst, right after the season ends. So Kody in his gloves serving as a beard because they're hiding something. They're hiding his tiny fingers. Tiny fingers might mean he also has tiny,
Allegedly.
whatever. I don't know. He's talking to the time when Robyn fell off. All right, I'm not going over it again. We've been there. We saw it. We're bored by it. Life flight almost came. And we have a lot of this episode of Kody trying to, this is very interesting. This is where Puddle Monkey did kind of a good job, okay? Kody and Robyn, especially Kody, spend a majority of this episode talking to the camera about how deep their connection is, how deep in love they are. When you watch them interact with each other, again, it's like a syncopated rhythm. It's just awkward and it's off and it's uncomfortable. And I don't feel settled listening to them. I guess you could call it communicating. I don't know if they're communicating with each other, but they're talking. Can you remember how Kody is like so into Robyn, constantly staring at her and making out with her and all this BS that he shared with us in the past? Well, we're going back there.
So normally Robyn and I are connecting just by just talking across the table from each other, just eye to eye all the time.
Eye to eye, all the time, constantly, perpetually. The joy of this is he has no idea how dumb he looks. And he has no idea how we know he's lying. It's good. Good stuff.
There is such a difference in Kody since he's done his apologies.
I don't think he's really even apologized, but okay, we'll say there's been a big difference in Kody since he went and used the word apologize 200 times. It changed him. He's a new man. So glove watch, Kody has new gloves on now. These are black gloves, maybe a little bit of gray on them, I'm unsure. But nevertheless, he's just having a conversation with Robyn, but he's got the gloves on, covering up the tiny fingers.
I guess what I'm saying is Robyn and I have a great relationship when I'm being me, when I'm being brave and kind.
Interesting. Brave and kind. Those are the two words that Kody uses to describe himself.
Comical.
Out of all the adjectives that are out there in the world, out of all the word of the day adjectives that he may have learned in life, he's trying to find two that describe him. Kody, how do you describe yourself? Brave and kind. Kind! And what is he brave about? He is running away from relationships. He runs away from conversations and picks up and walks away. He is the biggest coward out there.
The problem was when I had everybody in the same home, they started to develop a pecking order. And I'm like, this is bull. I'm going to work. You guys work it out.
That's right. Run away.
I have wanted to use the P word so many times when I've done videos. Control myself because he's not brave. He's the opposite of it. But he describes himself as brave and kind.
It's laughable.
So kind that he talks about his son getting his pencil wet on television. So kind that he has screaming bouts with ex-wives as well as his children. Kind. What a kind man.
Not kind.
Get this man a dictionary. So now we're talking about the four-wheeler that tipped. Slowly tipped over. Now, if you listen to Lion Robyn, it was a whole different situation. That thing flipped, fell on top of Kody, mutilated him, rolled over him at least 10 times.
Really?
Flipped over 100 times.
Thousands, maybe.
Okay, I exaggerate. But my gosh, we saw him on it, and we saw it just tip over and him like almost like jump out. We saw the camera angle from the four-wheeler looking at him being out of it as it goes over. It did not roll onto him. Ugh, I can't with these two.
The four-wheeler rolled on top of him, and I could see that from where, and I just hurried and turned around and ran over to him. That four-wheeler does not care where your body is.
It tore up my arm, and I'm used to pain.
Tore up his arm. Tore up his arm. I'm going to show a picture. There is a little smudge of dark right here. A little smudge. It is very likely that that is a little smudge of grease. This is where he's going to show off his battle scars now. Prepare yourself. If you have a weak stomach, you might not want to watch because bloody cut up bodies is difficult for some people. Here we go.
Look at that. Got a little dirt in my wound.
That's his wound. Call Life Flight. I saw no wound. I saw no blood. I didn't even see scraping. I saw a black smudge. Ironically, they're on some black cinders too. Maybe those cinders stuck to the grease that got on his arm when it tipped over.
He had a pretty good, like, road burn. I mean, like, he He's just like, it took off a couple layers of skin on his arm.
No brain, no pain.
Why did he say no brain, no pain? But it's a very funny line when you think about it. It's proof that he had no pain because he has no brain. No brain, no pain. I don't think his grease stained hurt him very much.
I got my leg out from under it is because the way it's built.
Oh, it goes on.
And I got my legs up to catch it so it wouldn't roll over the top of me.
Yeah.
And it was intense.
He's going to keep talking and keep talking about this traumatic experience he just went through.
All right.
I was leaning with this hand, and I didn't pull my thumb off the throttle.
That poor couple. They've been through it. But here's the best part. Kody now is not satisfied with Robyn's reaction. She asked, are you okay? Are you hurt? Do you have any scrapes? Any bruise? And he's like, yeah, I'm fine. She's got nothing else to say. So now he's baiting her.
Did you get nervous like I did when you met?
Were you worried about me? Were you worried? Worried like I was worried about you? So he fed her the answer to the question right here. I was going to call Life Flight for you. We're going to call Life Flight for me. I mean, maybe we still should. If this grease penetrates into my skin anymore, I might develop some weird symptoms.
I did. It was like, oh, he's on the ground. I was like, crap.
I was like, oh, he's on the ground. Oh, crap.
Moving on. Then Puddle Monkey, in all its brilliance, decided maybe we have them drive up to a nice location and park next to each other and talk to each other. The exact same scene we had the last time they were on the ATVs.
Boring.
Can somebody over there get an original idea?
Don't worry, honey, it just gets worse.
So now Kody's going to talk to us like we're in kindergarten again and explain to us how he and Robyn like to take opportunities to just sit. Think about where they're at. Review their relationship. Let him tell you about it as if you're in kindergarten.
So, every once in a while, it's just a good idea for us to sit, think about where we're at, talk about our relationship, talk about where we're going, like project ourselves in the future, and see if there's things that we need to change right now to make our future better.
So they stop and they take off their helmets. And can I just point out, let me zoom in and take a photo. As Kody's removing his helmet, you can see said arm that used to have the grease stain.
Allegedly.
The grease stain he refers to as tearing up his arm.
Where did it go?
Ridiculous. It's magically gone.
Allegedly.
Kody's insecurity comes out here. He says to Robyn again, so we know that we're the one, right? You're confident that we're in this together. And you can tell she's sort of like frustrated with his insecurity. That's got to be rampant because narcissists behave from a place of deep, deep insecurity in themselves. She's like, okay, we're fine. We're fine. Can you stop asking?
We know that we're the one.
Mm-hmm.
We're confident in that, right? You are?
I'm absolutely confident, Kody.
Yeah.
And I don't want you questioning that.
I almost want to say like a phoenix metaphor.
I really want to make a phoenix metaphor here. Okay, here we go.
This life that we had before has been kind of burned down. I want to, unlike burning it all down so that I forget it, I want to remember it and cherish it and move forward with the lessons that I learned from it in a relationship that is very beautiful, very safe.
Safe.
Wink. The only thing that I've kind of pulled away from is when you're emotionally unsafe.
Unsafe.
Wink. I think taking accountability for his part in the marriages falling apart, I think was something that gave him some peace.
That's great. How about accountability for your relationship with your children falling apart? Who the frickin' heck cares at this point? One wife's been gone for 2 years. The other wife's been gone for 3 years. The other wife's been gone for 4 years. They have moved on and they're living new lives. He keeps trying to dredge it back up and say that there's turmoil and discord. They don't care. They don't care. All of them want you to make peace with their children.
Facts. Hard facts.
I hate how they feel like, whoa, did that. Apology tour done. I'm good in life. I don't need to apologize for anything else anymore. He never needed to apologize for anything he thinks he apologized for, which he never really apologized, but that's a separate video. But he didn't need to do it to them. They didn't want it. They didn't need it. The kids want it, and the kids need it. And he's refusing to do it. And Robyn's gonna give him a cookie? I don't think so.
But then I also just see him just kind of taking a sigh of relief, just like, okay, I took accountability for my part.
No, he didn't. He used the words, I apologize. He didn't take accountability. Two different things.
I've been apologizing to everybody.
Lies. Stop. Pause. I've been apologizing to everybody? You have between 10 and 12 kids that don't speak to you. And you don't speak to them. And you're the parent figure. You're the father. And we know you're the one that did wrong anyway. But even if they did wrong, but they didn't, you still need to be the one to go reach out and apologize to them and make it right.
You just have to grow up here and do it.
Just because you say it doesn't make it true. Stop rewriting history. We know better.
In spite of all how brutal they were, I was apologizing to them, but you were never brutal.
How brutal they were? Whoa! Excuse me? How brutal were they? I did not see one wife instigate anything with him. Ever. He pokes and he prods and he pushes buttons like crazy. And then when they react, he's like, whoa, what's with you? Look at that. Like he's giving himself a pat on the back here for being such a man that he's going to go apologize to these awful women. Again, his attempt at rewriting the story just makes him look pathetic here.
You were never unkind. You were never disloyal.
Because you gave her everything. You were skimming money from the OG3 and funneling it to her for years. You were bowing down to her. You were letting her do whatever she wants, say whatever she wants. You treated her like a queen. Those are your own words. And now you're like, oh, you were nice to me.
No duh.
He never started arguments with her. He never fought. And you don't never see him poking at her like he pokes at the other wives. Robyn can do no wrong in his eyes. No matter what she says or does, he's like, you don't speak about her. You don't say her name. Don't put her name in your mouth. That's how Kody treated her. Put her up on a pedestal. And now he again wants to raise that pedestal even higher.
I've been apologizing to everybody. I think I owe you an apology. Most of all.
Most of all. Yeah, most of all. Not the one you abandoned for a decade. No.
The woman who has been so supportive through all of my BS, all of my weakness, all of my anger, all of my ranting and raving and complaining.
Well, I would say that anybody who sticks around with him and goes through all that is a saint. But let's let the money dry up. Let's let the show end and no more money come in. And they have to sell their home and sell all their stuff because they need to live a modest life like the normal American does. And let's just see at that point if Robyn sticks around. She won't. As part of Kody's apology to Robyn, we do the I'm going to say one thing and then 180 say the opposite.
I apologize for not trusting you, but you have my trust.
I apologize for not trusting you, but you have my trust.
Doesn't even make any sense.
Opposites, Kody. Opposites.
Kody meeting with his ex-wives and apologizing for his part was a good thing.
Never happened. Never happened.
I'm hoping, I'm praying that that will go a long way as far as any kind of healing that we may be able to achieve in the future as a family.
Yabba, 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 dabba, do. Now, here's the interesting part. If you saw my most recent analysis of Meri, I talked about a comment that one of you sister friends wrote underneath the video or sent it in an email. I can't remember. I addressed it at the very end of the Meri video. And here, Kody addresses it himself. It's the fact that he went through 3 apology tours and never once asked for forgiveness. Too personal. That would mean he was really meaning that he was saddened and hurt and contrite and sorry to ask for forgiveness. It's another level up. It's not Kody. He acknowledges that he never did here, but he'll ask Robyn for it, of course.
There's something that I wasn't able to ask everybody else when I was apologizing to them.
Okay.
Do you forgive me?
To the wrong person.
There's a lot of charity I had for you through it all because
because I had gone through my own divorce.
We know. God, this is like the 25th time she's brought this up on the show. But let's make it all about you, Robyn.
And I know how toxic it can get.
Yeah, that was a crazy time.
Yeah.
That was scary.
Whoa. What's Kody talking about? Here, the show has just admitted that Kody was together with Robyn before she was divorced. We've all suspected it. We've all tried to put the timeline together, and it seemed obvious to us. But he just slipped and announced it on the show. She talks about her crazy time when she was going through a divorce. And Kody says, yeah, that was scary. It was a crazy time. He's putting himself there as she's going through the divorce, which means he's already in a relationship with her, watching her go through the divorce. Or at least they're dating, which in Kody's mind, like, he only thinks with one head.
Allegedly.
And so it's a matter of, she's pretty. She's a pretty shy little thing. I want her. He was committed to her the day he saw her. So yeah, thank you very much for letting us all know how horrible you two are. Does your church approve of somebody who's currently in a marriage dating somebody else? A legal marriage on top of the AUB marriage. Is it okay to be lusting after said woman and take her out on dates? I don't think so. But thanks for letting us know the content of your character, Kody and Robyn.
They're hypocrites. The apologies with my ex-wives is kind of a path that I don't see the future. I don't know. I hope we all want healing. I'm talking about just deep spiritual healing, and that's what I hope for.
They don't want healing. They've healed. Past tense. It's over. You're just talking about yourself here, Kody. They've moved on.
Oh my God, get it through your thick, round skull.
It would have just been better to have broken up with grace.
Who's he talking to here? They all walked away with grace. Head held up high. Especially with Christine, Kody was the problem. So is he talking about himself here? Oh my gosh. I don't know if he even realizes that he was the problem, but if he is, the man can't take accountability and say, I behaved this way or I did this. I wish we did it with grace.
That's rich.
He and Robyn love to do that, using these broad, we, together words when it should be I, me. They can't do I, me statements if there's accountability included in it. And Kody and Robyn share a tender moment together at the end.
Which is making me want to vomit.
I'm good with more hugs.
Good for them.
It's awful, 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 awful.
That's the end of the show.
Oh, it can't end like that.
Thanks for staying to the very end of the video. I appreciate you, sister and brother friends. Take care, God bless, adios, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.